Hey guys, Barking Madly here. Finally had some time to mess around with this whole windmill charger thing. As you can see here, I've got the hard drive set up, and I've got mine very similar to what Mike has. Although instead of putting magnets all the way around, I only had 6, so I've got them arranged every 60 degrees. And if you guys notice, in one of the previous videos I showed that one alternator that was a fixed or permanent magnet alternator. One thing I noticed is that he has magnets going plus minus plus minus plus minus in terms of their, north or north south. I tried it with that way on here, and we'll see what goes on. But anyways, the blacks, I don't know which side is which side's north, which side's south, but you can see if you look at the color of the mag, I've got, this is black, 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 and then silver, silver, silver. So that I do have them alternating. I've got one of my little coils that I bought, and then I've got a bridge rectifier, and I've got it hooked up to an ohm meter or voltmeter, and it's set for 2000 millivolts, which means this will read in millivolts. So if you look at it off to the side like that, that's 3 millivolts. And if you see this plastic thing here, I had originally had this whole plate flipped upside down so the magnets were below, and then I could use this plastic to mount to. The only problem is, as you can see, that's very little voltage. What I did notice was then if I hold the coil right over the top and spin it, I get a good bit more voltage. And it's also found out that it's really sensitive to distance. If I give this thing a pretty good wing, I can get up to 30, 50, that's over 150 millivolts, and that's with the coil this way. Now all of a sudden I rotate the coil, this way, and we get up to over a half a volt. So a half a volt through one coil and through one bridge rectifier, and we're at a half a volt. I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to deal with this. My thought is I'm going to put 5 more. I'm going to try to mount a plate up here so that the coils are held right above the magnets. And let's see. Again, this is kind of a pain in the butt because the whole thing the coil here will actually bend a little bit. But figure take something like a CD or a piece of plastic, mount this to it, and then embed it in epoxy, and we should be pretty good. So at any rate, let's see. And you can see this is about probably close to 300 RPM, 5 or 6 revolutions a second. It's winging along pretty good. Oh wow, 0.8 of a volt there. So it's not too shabby. Ooh, almost a full volt. So anyway, it's got possibilities, and these coils with these magnets will work. I'll have to see what kind of voltage I can actually get out of this if I put enough coils around it. And it's not really obvious, but this thing does cog a little bit. And you can probably see my hand. Let's see if I can zoom in a little bit. You can watch my hand. Maybe it's not obvious there. Let's try it a little closer. Come on, focus. Oh, it's not going to focus that close. But there you can see it wobble a little bit. There's definitely a strong magnetic pull on it, but that's because this uses a steel wire through the center. I'm going to see if I can find some other coils that don't have the steel, just to see what happens. At any rate, it's interesting. Made some headway on it, and again, these were I think about 40 cents a piece, and then let's see, and the bridge rectifier was like $1.25, $1.50. It's interesting. We'll have to see where it goes. But again, this thing has to get those kind of voltages out of it. It's got to be winging along pretty good, and you need really close clearances on it. But definitely doable if you could get maybe a little bit higher voltage and get several of these, or do like that alternator did. They had 14 coils. If I got 14 of them lining 14 magnets, that might actually be able to get us close to 12 to 14 volts. So it's not looking great, but it's not looking totally busted either. So anyhow, that's my update on this. I've got some thoughts. I caught some interesting stuff on TV last night. Just caught the tail end of it and got me to thinking, but that'll be something for a different video. Anyhow, later guys.